Hello, campers! I'm Jenny Kate, and welcome to your Tuesday Bible study. I'm so excited you all are here, and I'm going to open us up in prayer. Dear Jesus, I just thank you for today. I thank you for each and every one of these campers, and I pray that as I share your word, that they can just experience your love for them. I pray all these things in your name. Amen. So, to start our Bible study today, let's pretend for a few minutes that I'm planning a big party, like huge, and all of you are invited. At my party, I'm going to have cake, ice cream, a bounce house, and so much more. All of your favorite things are going to be in my party. You would be pretty excited and want to come, right? Well, today we're going to be talking about the best party planner ever, Jesus. So today's parable that we're learning about is called the parable of the great banquet, or the parable of the wedding feast. This is from Luke 14, verses 15 through 24. As Jesus is telling us this story, he is eating dinner with some of the Pharisees. The Pharisees are the religious leaders that were around in Jesus' time. They were very careful to follow God's laws, so careful that they forgot that the biggest thing that God wanted for them was to have a relationship with him. Jesus told this parable as a way to remind the Pharisees of what was really important. In this parable, there's a man who's planning a big party, just like the one we just planned. He invited lots of people to his party, and when it was ready, he sent his workers to tell them that he was ready for them to come to his party. The man was so excited for his guests to arrive and see all that he had prepared because he spent so much time working on it. And one by one, the people that were supposed to come to his party made up all sorts of excuses about why they couldn't come. The man who planned the party became very angry because he spent so much time planning it and preparing, and now no one was coming. He told his workers to go out and invite anyone they could find. It didn't matter who they were. They kept inviting people until there was no more room in the house. So who do you think that the Pharisees would have been in this parable? They would be the people who were invited but made excuses not to come. The Pharisees used the laws as an excuse to not have a relationship with God. The parable is a reminder from God to accept the invitation to have a relationship with him and allow him into our hearts. God offers this invitation to all of us. All we have to do is accept it and come to him. When we accept his invitation, we get to spend our lives with God, and we get to experience his great party in heaven. The man also invited people who were considered outcasts in Jesus' time to his party. And Jesus does the same thing. He invites people to have a relationship with him that the world might think aren't good enough, but he loves them anyways. This parable isn't just for the Pharisees. It's for us too. It's Jesus telling us that we've been invited to the party. By accepting his invitation, we allow Jesus to lead us and promise to spend time growing our relationship with him. So I have a couple of reflection questions for you all. The first one is, who did each character of this parable represent? So we talked about this a little bit, but who do you think that the man who hosted the party would be? And who do you think that the people who were invited but made excuses not to come would be? Number 2, what are some ways that we can grow our relationship with God? And number 3, what are some reasons we might be scared to accept God's invitation? Thank you all so much for joining me for Bible study. I'll close with some prayer and we'll be finished. Dear Lord, I thank you that you invite all of us to have a relationship with you. I pray that we all can be confident enough in you to accept your invitation, and that we get the chance to just spend the rest of our lives with you, Lord. I thank you for each and every one of these campers, and I hope that they were touched by your words and that they can grow closer to you this week, Lord. Amen.